Yes, boss.
Prepare this for me, okay?
Okay, I will. But before that, boss, I have an idea about how about we do a webinar about cybercrime. What do you think of it?
Interesting. Who you want to invite to be our speaker?
I think we can invite cybercrime unit from police department.
Wow, that's a good idea.
Yes, it is.
Do you have a proposal?
I do have a proposal. Do you want me to show it to you?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Let's go.
follow me. Let's go.
Good morning, sir. We are 8 Daisies here to present you our webinar proposal with the topic of cybercrime. We now live in a networked society with interaction enabled by the internet. Therefore, this has also increased cybercrime that affects citizens, business, and even government. Cybercrime is an umbrella term for various online threats, scams, malware, and hacking. In this virtual world, we must know how to protect ourselves to avoid being the next cybercrime victim. Therefore, we organize this webinar to provide the exposure to students in facing cyber danger in future. Through this webinar, university students will have a better understanding of current cybercrime threats and learn experience from previous cases to vigilance against cybercrime.
Good day, sir. I'm Xiao. Let me start by giving sir some background information about the webinar. As sir knows, cybercrime is a worldwide problem that needs some global solutions. Our country is dealing with an increase of cybercrime cases and other crimes involving electronic evidence, as well as accompanying technical obstacles, cloud computing, and much more. Cybercrime is always changing with new dangers emerging every year. When people hear and read about the various types of cybercrime, they might be tempted to give up using the internet altogether. Therefore, our webinar will share some cybercrime cases happening recently with simple safeguards and knowing who to call if they notice others involved in a criminal activity online, as it is crucial to our audience.
Hi, I'm Bella. As the number of cases of cybercrime increases fast in our country, the Malaysian government has strengthened the law enforcement response to cybercrime and raised awareness among relevant publics on related issues. This webinar, jointly organized by the 8 Daisies, collaborating with Assistant Superintendent Police Ms. Sharina from Cybercrime Unit, Commercial Crime Investigation Department, aims to educate the students of University Malaysia Police about the prevalence of cyber risks. Ms. Sharina can share her cybercrime experience with UNIMED students. The webinar will dive into cybercrime analysis to learn how they can mitigate and get recommended courses of action to reduce the cybercrime risk, and also provide a platform for exchange of best practice and resources. The webinar will take place online via Google Meet platform, and it will be held in English, and the discussion will be recorded.
The first objective of the webinar is to educate the current cyber threats cases and the prevalence of cyber threats nowadays to university students. Through this webinar, popularizing cybercrime cases to university students can allow them to acquire more knowledge and experience about cybercrime so as to analyze their own situation and make effective responses in the future. University students can be alert to cyber threats in future after they know the modus operandi of cybercrime through the webinar. The second objective of the webinar is to acknowledge the role of government in combating cybercrime. The National Cybersecurity Policy (NCSP) serves to combat cybercrime in a strategic and coordinated manner in the partnership with the private sector and other governments. Therefore, as a university student, it is important to take part in such awareness program to equip ourselves with the knowledge and skill to combat cybercrime.
Hi, I'm NURNADIRAH.
The purpose of our project is firstly to give knowledge about the Commercial Crime Investigation Department. This is because the target audience will know what is the function and purpose of the Commercial Crime Investigation Department during this new era where people tend to use more technology in their daily life. Secondly, to give information about what types of commercial crimes that the Royal Malaysia Police Department will investigate. This is because through our webinar, it also helps them to gain some information about what types of cybercrime that always been done by the villains and also what kind of tactics they use to commit a crime. Finally, to give knowledge to the target audience about how to protect themselves from becoming a victim of commercial crime. This is because it can help themselves from getting into trouble, which it can ruin their entire life by giving a report about the crime they have been encountered, such as fraud or scams.
Hi, I'm SYAZANA. The benefit for this webinar is, firstly, through our project, it makes the target audience feel more interested to know more about the Commercial Crime Investigation Department. And even indirectly, it will attract someone interested to know more about it. It is a new knowledge for those who are interested. If they are interested to become a police officer, they can ask our speaker on the spot. Secondly, by hearing our webinar, it helps them to gain some information about the tactics that the villain would use to scam the citizens. As you know, commercial crime is not a minor issue that should be dismissed lightly. If it's left unchecked, it will grow bigger and become a severe criminal case. This situation is quite concerning the community. Last but not least, as a result, through our project, we can assist the community in resolving issues related to commercial crime. In addition, we will inform the community about the procedures and also the steps that must be taken in events of such a situation.
Hi, I'm Hana. This webinar will be held on 28 May, which is on Saturday. The time is from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and the platform to be used is Google Meet. Participants are open to all UNIMAP students. The invited speaker is Assistant Superintendent Police Sharina from Cybercrime Unit, Commercial Crime Investigation Department. The budget for our webinar is RM300 per person for our invited speaker, followed by the gifts are also prepared as an appreciation. Lucky draw gifts also will be provided for the lucky participants during the webinar. Last but not least, the facilities that will be used are such as laptops and earphones. Thank you.
Hello, I am SYAFIQAH. Now, let's move on to the next topic. To produce a great webinar, we need a strong team member. And also, each of the tasks has their own role. First of all is our producer, LING, who leads as a leader, planning the whole tentative for this webinar. Next is NURHANA NAJWA, will be our moderator for this webinar. She will in charge for the opening and closing of the webinar. The director for this webinar is LIEW. She will be in charge for directing the whole flow. Next, our presenter will be Xiao, who will be able to organize the content and preparing the presentation. She will also be presenting along with our guest speaker. For technical team, we got Xiao and me to handle the technical system. Last but not least is our promotional team, Nadira and SYAZANA, responsible for preparing announcement to promote the webinar. Next, I will talk about logistic facility and setting, which is very important to help webinar went smoothly. First, we need laptop which come with webcam, earphone and headset which to provide a clear voice to the audience. And our mainstream is Google Meet platform. That's all for me.
We will make a series of promotional posts through various social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and WhatsApp to promote our webinar. The promotional posts will be posted on social media 1 month before the webinar to attract our target audience to sign up for the webinar. Besides, we also built our website to promote the webinar. All the details such as date, time, platform of the webinar, speaker background, and many other more will also be included in the website. It has played a role in publicity and promotion and greatly improved the audience impressions of our team.